So a couple things that needs to happen in the offseason for the Sixers. I talked about it. Like he showed a different aspect of his game. Um, he needs to completely change his game in the offseason. So he needs to go down to, I talked about it on the last show. He needs to go more of like the Tim Duncan route, Brooke Lopez route, two completely different caliber of players, but same type of, how they changed their career up. Tim Duncan went to pretty much a face-up game, doing everything else, grabbing rebounds, focusing on defense. Like Brooke Lopez does the same thing as well, stretching his game out. We know Joel we know Embiid can do that. It's just like, does he have the willingness to take a step back from the offense and not be the focal point in order for him to focus on all of the little things like rebounding, like defense, getting his shots in rhythm of the game. I think that's something that he did really well last night in Game 6. Like the Knicks really sold out to stop Maxey from getting into any type of rhythm because they knew he would be the number one option coming into the game. And that's why Joel pretty much had 39. He didn't force anything. Maxey would come off the pick and roll. The Knicks would just hard trap him, and then they would just leave Joel open. Their entire game plan was, all right, well, if Joel beats us, then Joel beats us. He would get open on that little nail area or the elbow or the wing. It was a lot of times he got deep post position. The Knicks were just letting him go one-on-one. And that's because they were just so focused on Maxey. But you see the type of game Joel had. He didn't look tired at any point. He looked great on defense. He was getting whatever shot he wanted. Everything was in rhythm of the offense. It wasn't forcing him the ball. And I think that's what the Sixers need to do going forward. I'll talk about it in another video as far as what I want them to do in the offseason. But, like, go get another wing. I know they've been talking about Paul George. Anybody of that caliber to make sure you have another shot creator on the floor to where, okay, you say, Joel, you take a step back. If the ball does get around and get to you and you're in the position to score, like, go ahead. But what's going to happen is Maxey is going to be the number one option. That wing or shot creator is going to be the number two. We're going to run the offense through them. You focus on all the little things. You set hard screens. You grab rebounds. You focus on defense. You focus on the defensive calls on the back line. Like, you do everything else to where you're not tired out in the fourth quarter when it comes to close the game or when it comes to we need a bucket, because you'll have enough energy and we've preserved yourself for you to score when needed. And it also will preserve his body as far as like I said earlier, like him going to a face-up game. We're maybe working on that a bank shot, getting a little bit more finesse, not as much power, only like still implement the power game into your game and make sure and only use it when you have like smaller defenders on you, like OG with the Knicks, which the Knicks tried doing. He abused OG. When you have smaller players on you, and focus on passing the ball and different things like that. So that's what I think he needs to work on in the offseason. He does need, I do think he needs to lose a little bit more weight. I think he needs to get back to around that 2017 weight that he was playing at. He looked really light, looked really agile, looked really fast. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, that Raptor series, the Kawhi shot, but what he looked like then and how he moved. I like that, Joel. Defer to Maxey. Like, I think we all saw that Maxey should be the number one option going forward. And whoever else they get as far as shot creation should be the number two option. And Joel should go either. It'll depend on the game, but like they'll have an option to go. Okay, Joel, you're the number two this night, or Joel, you're the number three, or Paul George, you're the number two, you're the number three, and Joel's number two. Like, they'll have the optionality of, okay, well, Paul George, now you're the number one tonight. They'll have the optionality to switch it up. And of course, Joel is going to have his nights where he goes off and he has 45 points. But as long as it comes in the rhythm of the offense, it's not forced to him, and you're not like, oh my God, Joel, we need you to score every single time down the floor for us to get a good possession or for us to get points. Like, as long as it's not that, then I think the Sixers will be fine. I think Joel realized that in this series. I did see him grow up a little bit. Others might not have seen it, but definitely saw it. So I was proud of Joel.